Today we're tackling a common garden challenge, shade. Maybe you've got a yard dominated by towering trees, or perhaps your neighbor's house casts a long shadow over your veggie patch. Whatever the case, don't despair. You can still have a thriving, productive garden, even without all-day sunshine. I'm Kevin Espiritu, and I've teamed up with my friend from Epic Gardening to help you cultivate that green thumb, no matter your garden's light situation. We're going to explore 12 incredible vegetables that actually prefer a little bit of shade, proving that you don't need a perfectly sunny spot to enjoy a bountiful harvest. Now, let's get this garden growing, and don't forget to cultivate that like button for good luck. First up, we're talking about spinach, a nutritional powerhouse that actually prefers cooler temperatures and dappled sunlight. Too much direct sun can cause spinach to bolt, which means it flowers and goes to seed prematurely. In shady conditions, spinach can take its time growing nice and leafy, giving you more of that delicious, vitamin-packed goodness. Spinach is a cool season crop, meaning it thrives in the cooler temperatures of spring and fall. To get a jump start on the season, start your spinach seeds indoors about 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. Once the danger of frost is past and the soil has warmed up, transplant your spinach seedlings to your shady garden bed. Choose a spot that receives about 3 to 6 hours of sunlight per day, ideally with some morning sun and afternoon shade. Spinach prefers well-drained soil that's rich in organic matter. Consistent moisture is key for tender, flavorful leaves. With a little care and attention, you'll be harvesting fresh, homegrown spinach in no time. Next up is chard, a close relative of spinach that shares its love for cooler temperatures and a bit of shade. Chard is a biennial, meaning it can live for 2 years and often overwinters in milder climates. One of the things I love most about chard is its vibrant colors. From classic green to ruby red, bright yellow, and even pink striped varieties, chard adds a beautiful pop of color to any garden. Just like spinach, chard prefers partial shade, especially during the hottest part of the day. You can start chard from seed directly in the garden after the last frost, or you can get a head start by sowing seeds indoors a few weeks earlier. Chard is a cut-and-come-again crop, which means you can harvest the outer leaves throughout the growing season, and the plant will continue to produce more. Just be sure to leave the inner leaves intact to keep the plant going strong. Let's talk about leaf lettuce, a staple in salads and sandwiches. It thrives in cooler temperatures and partial shade. Leaf lettuce produces loose, open heads of tender, flavorful leaves. Some varieties are ready to harvest in as little as 30 days. It prefers about 4 to 6 hours of sunlight per day. Leaf lettuce is a cut-and-come-again crop, so you can harvest the outer leaves as needed. Now let's delve into the world of endive and escarole, 2 leafy greens with subtle differences. Both belong to the chicory family and add a slightly bitter bite to salads. Endive has tightly packed, curly leaves and a more pronounced bitterness. Escarole has broader, less curly leaves and a milder flavor. Both prefer partial shade and well-drained, rich soil. Harvest the outer leaves as needed and the plant will keep producing. Let's move on to peas, those sweet, crunchy springtime treats that can actually thrive in partial shade. While peas generally prefer full sun, they can tolerate some shade, especially in warmer climates where intense sunlight can cause them to bolt prematurely. A little bit of afternoon shade can help keep the soil cool and moist, which is ideal for pea plants. When selecting pea varieties for your shady garden, consider choosing those with shorter growing seasons or those specifically bred for partial shade tolerance. Peas are cool season crops, meaning they prefer the cooler temperatures of spring and fall. You can sow pea seeds directly into the garden as soon as the soil can be worked in the spring, typically about 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. Peas are vining plants, so providing them with some type of support is crucial. You can use trellises, fences, or even simple stakes and twine to help your peas climb and maximize your vertical growing space. Next up, we have radishes, those crisp, peppery root vegetables that are a delight to grow and eat. While radishes generally prefer full sun, they can tolerate partial shade, especially in warmer climates where intense sunlight can cause them to bolt and become overly spicy. A little bit of shade can help radishes grow more slowly, resulting in larger, more flavorful roots. Radishes are cool season crops, meaning they prefer the cooler temperatures of spring and fall. You can sow radish seeds directly into the garden as soon as the soil can be worked in the spring, typically about 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. When sowing your radish seeds, plant them about 1/2 to 1 inch deep and 1 to 2 inches apart. Once the seedlings emerge, thin them to about 2 to 4 inches apart to give them plenty of room to grow. Radishes are relatively fast-growing, with some varieties ready to harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. Let's dig into the world of potatoes, those starchy, versatile tubers that can thrive in partial shade. While they prefer full sun, they tolerate some shade, especially in warmer climates. Shade helps keep the soil cool and moist, ideal for potato development. Now, let's talk about tomatoes, those juicy, flavorful fruits that are a staple in gardens everywhere. While tomatoes are often associated with full sun, you can still enjoy a bountiful tomato harvest even if your garden is partially shaded. The key is to choose the right varieties and provide them with the best possible growing conditions. When selecting tomato varieties for your shady garden, look for those that are described as early maturing or determinate. Some popular tomato varieties for shady gardens include Early Girl, Stupitz, and Roma. Tomatoes are warm season crops, meaning they prefer warm temperatures and plenty of sunlight. Aim for a spot that receives at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day, ideally with some morning sun and afternoon shade. Let's explore the world of bush beans, those prolific producers that are a fantastic addition to any garden, especially those with limited space. Bush beans grow in a compact, bushy habit, making them ideal for containers, raised beds, and even small gardens. Bush beans can tolerate partial shade, making them a great choice for gardeners with less than ideal light conditions. Some popular choices include Contender, Blue Lake Bush, and Royal Burgundy. Bush beans are warm season crops, meaning they prefer warm temperatures and plenty of sunlight. Aim for a spot that receives at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day, ideally with some morning sun and afternoon shade. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged, as excessive moisture can lead to root rot. Let's talk about basil, the aromatic herb that's a staple in kitchens around the world. Basil is known for its sweet, slightly peppery flavor that enhances a wide range of dishes, from classic Italian sauces to fresh salads and flavorful stir-fries. Basil can tolerate partial shade, making it a great choice for gardeners with less than ideal light conditions. While basil generally prefers full sun, it can thrive in partial shade, especially during the hottest part of the day. Aim for a spot that receives at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day, ideally with some morning sun and afternoon shade. Basil is a warm season herb, meaning it prefers warm temperatures and plenty of sunlight. It's sensitive to frost, so it's best to wait until after the last frost date in your area before planting basil outdoors. When planting basil outdoors, space the plants about 12 to 18 inches apart to give them plenty of room to grow. Let's explore cilantro and parsley, two popular herbs often found together in gardens and kitchens. Cilantro has a pungent, citrusy flavor, while parsley offers a fresh, slightly peppery taste. Both herbs can tolerate partial shade, making them great for less than ideal light conditions. They prefer cooler temperatures and can handle some shade, especially in summer. Let's talk about green onions, also known as scallions, a versatile ingredient in countless cuisines. With their mild flavor and tender texture, they add crunch and flavor to salads, soups, and stir-fries. Green onions thrive in partial shade, making them perfect for gardens with limited sunlight. They prefer full sun but tolerate some shade, especially during the hottest part of the day. Aim for 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. There you have it, folks. 12 incredible vegetables that can handle the shade and still deliver a bountiful harvest. Remember, even if your garden doesn't bask in sunshine all day long, you can still enjoy the satisfaction of growing your own food. Now, before you head out to get your shady garden growing, don't forget to cultivate that like button for good luck. And for even more tips to maximize your shady garden's potential, here are 6 bonus strategies. Adjust your growth expectations, water less frequently, transplant established seedlings, prune for more sunlight, paint reflective surfaces, and consider using containers. I'd love to hear from you. Share your own successful shady garden plants in the comments below, and let me know what other gardening challenges you'd like me to tackle in future videos. Good luck in the garden, And don't forget to cultivate that like button.